you start to create a whole bunch of people that aren't even yourself. If you don't get over that, you're doomed. You never figure out who you are. You never live up to your dreams, your ambition.
When you step into that environment, you have to be hungry enough to eat what? It's coming your way, you cannot be concerned about what can't be done. You need to be focused on what must be done. If you feel that you are not in a position to do it, then why show up in the first place? You got to understand that it takes grit, passion, and determination to get to the level of where you want to be, but you got to understand the difference between levels. And going beyond them, you can't stay in one place and expect to get to the next place. You can't look at the sky, because beyond the sky there's a great big universe. Now what are you going to do about it? Are you prepared to push? Are you prepared to work? Are you prepared to dig?
You live up to what whoever is around you that you like so much, that you want to emulate and be like so much, you live their dreams. So you lose your power. Being accepted is one thing that kills you. You have to learn, what do you want in your life? We have so much influence coming at us that we are so lost. We don't know what we want to do because we don't spend enough time with ourselves. You have to learn to shut off a phone, shut off a computer, shut off a TV. And it's okay to sit in a room by yourself in a chair and just think about you, where I want to be, where do I see myself tomorrow, the next year from that. And it takes a lot of self-discipline to be able to do that nowadays, because you want to be so attached to everything. You want to be so caught up with the world. The world's moving too fast. The world's moving so fast that you're trying to keep up to the point where you lose yourself in the world. So you have to take that time to go to that dark place in your mind and discover who you are. Life created this person, me. Life created me to be this person I was back in the day. And I had to realize, man, that's okay, man. It's not my fault. Now I gotta go back and fix this though. So a lot of this isn't your fault, why you do some things you do, why you feel the way you feel. But no one's coming back to save your ass. You have to go back to where they started, wherever that place is for everybody, and have the courage to go back there and start fixing what broke you. It's ugly. And what's funny about it is that as you're trying to fix yourself and dig yourself out of this deep hole that life, society, and you helped also.
Imagine you're 90 years old sitting in your rocking chair, looking back at your life. Do you think you'll have any regrets if you continue living the way that you're living right now? Will you truly be fulfilled when it's all over? If the answer is no, then ask yourself, why would anyone reject the calling to become what they believe they have the potential to be? Because we limit ourselves in an effort to avoid fear, failure, discomfort, or any sort of pain we think we'll experience. So we build this prevention machine designed to protect us from having to struggle. Destroy this machine. Destroy the part of yourself that's stopping you from living the incredible life you're capable of creating. Feel the pain that is holding you back, feel it making you stronger. And when that voice in your head says, your pursuit is far-fetched, too difficult, too risky, impossible, tell it that it's okay if you think it can't be done. Just don't distract me while I do it. Don't allow the prevention machine to trick you into believing that if you keep it running, then it'll be easy. It's not easy to settle for less when you know you're capable of more. To be bored out of your mind, sitting at a desk waiting for the weekend to come, it's not easy to retreat, to ignore the path you know you need to take.
I want it to be that, not Rocky. I want to be the guy that people looked at. I don't care if you like me or didn't like, I don't care. But said this is going to keep coming after whatever the fuck is in front of them. I wanted that. I wanted that. I wanted that worse than anything in the world. So that is, I kept picturing me falling down and getting up, and even myself, I wanted to feel something besides defeat. I wanted to just go the distance. And that going the distance pushed me to a point of where now I go way past the distance. So basically what I did was I came home and I had a chocolate milkshake. I sat down and I gave up. I said, this ain't gonna fucking happen, man. I gotta lose 106 pounds and I can't even go a quarter of a fucking mile. I started being able to take negative shit and be happy. And this whole, I say what if a lot, it sounds corny and it sounds weak, but it's true. One of the recruiters said there's not many black Navy SEALs. Matter of fact, I was the 36th African-American SEAL in history. It's in over 70 years. Because the fucking water, you know.
Right.
I mean, people get mad at me. It's fucking true. Just get over it. And so I was like, man, what story would it be if my fucking fat, dumb, lying to be friends with people, insecure ass can overcome this shit? And that what if mentality, like that dreamer mentality, just would always fuel me. It would just fuel me, man. What if I can be a SEAL, man? What if I can go from running a quarter of a fucking mile, now I run 205 miles. What if I can go? What if I can go? And what if, how would that feel if I'm graduating? Because I'll never forget at the graduation thing I was talking about, 224, like the video I sat down and watched. This commanding officer stood up and he said to the graduation guys who are graduating buds, like 18 of them, he said, we live in a society where mediocrity is often rewarded. And he went on to say something about these men detest mediocrity.
Never give up on something you can't go a day without thinking about. We all go through that not doing the thing we know we need to do, and instead taking the safer path that has a reward. Visible at the end, but that's not your path. Yours is the crazy-looking trail on the edge of a cliff with giant gaps and no end in sight. Go where you have less comfort and security, but more passion and possibility, and the more vulnerable you feel, the weaker the machine becomes until it breaks down completely. There's a certain freedom in the kind that comes from knowing that whatever force tries to stop you has no chance, knowing that you're giving life everything you've knowing that you're becoming all that. You'll wake up excited every day with one mission: break walls and build bridges towards the most enlightening pursuit you can dream of. Aren't you tired of wondering what you're truly capable of? Find out. And when you're 90 years old sitting in your rocking chair, looking back at your life, you'll be proud of the person you've become. When you settle, you ruin the movie yet. You heard me, your life is a movie. And you are the author, your life is a movie. And you are the director, life is a movie. And you need to edit some scenes out. The pen is in your hand, my friend. And you're writing your very own personal movie. And I believe that good God wins in the end. I believe the good woman wins. In the end, I believe that you will win in the end as long as you don't sell it. When you settle, you ruin the finale. When you settle, you ruin the final scene.
Those people who you saw down there in that hole, who were there with you, who were your friends and people who you counted on, you meet the people in the same situation that you're in life. Those people become your friends. And the second you try to get out of that situation and become better, those people are in that grave, in that dungeon, just yanking at your heels. Come on, back here. So I get that all the time now. People would constantly remind me of who I used to be back in the day. And they always come out of the woodworks, man. I'm fascinated with the guy, Free Solo. He's another guy very similar to me. He has a passion to do something, and he's in at all costs. I'm not so impressed with what he did. I'm impressed with how he shut the whole world out when he was doing it. He didn't care about, to me, this is how I see it. To be able to pull that off, you have to be willing to accept death. You have to be willing to accept you're not going to see your loved ones anymore. You can't care about your loved ones when you're on that rock. Nothing mattered to him but that rock. Those people fascinate me. Those people who are able to put themselves in a place like that, and very few people understand that, to want something so badly. Because I don't think he believed that he was gonna die. I don't. I believe that he was willing to sacrifice everything to pull that off. Those are the people, and there's very few people like that, who are willing to say, you know what, man? You don't get me because your feet are nice and firm on the ground. That's where you want to put them. But for me, there's more to life than that. And for him, that lasted, I don't know, 3-4 hours. I'm not sure how long that took him. I don't know. It took him a while. It's over now. He risked everything for just a few hours on the rock. And I've done that with my own self, with my own personal life. Is I've risked so much, but what he gained and what I've gained in these 3 or 4 hours, in these moments, are something that people will never know, because they've never put themselves on the rock.
You have the right attitude and the right mind frame to understand that maybe it's just not your time yet, but you've got to keep working on your craft. You've got to keep digging a little bit more and find your own uniqueness. Make sure you stand out. Don't be like everybody else just because somebody is helping in the ocean. Don't mean you got to jump in the ocean, but sometimes you just got to be able to take your own path and your own walk in life until you figure out exactly what it is that's going to make you better and what's going to make you stand out. Once you find that true belief within yourself, make it grow. Make it unique even more, and don't be feeling sorry for yourself because it didn't work out the first time, or the second time, or even the third time. Doesn't matter how many times you go after it, as long as you're going after it. Everybody wants to be unique, or everybody wants to be special, but sometimes when people find themselves being lazy, they tend to follow somebody else's path. They figure, hey, he can do it. If she can do it, I can do what they do, and don't do what they do, and do what you got to do to make yourself stand out.